Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. I sorta hate myself for liking this. Stephen King gives honest review of Taylor Sheridan's 2024 Western series. Prolific horror author Stephen King shares his candid reaction to Taylor Sheridan's latest TV show, Landman. The 2024 Western drama stars Billy Bob Thornton as Landman Tommy Norris, a crisis management executive for an oil company called MTEX. As myriad characters come to West Texas to exploit its recent oil boom, the drama unfolds into a gritty exploration of power, ethics, and the nation's reliance on fossil fuels. Landman has continued Sheridan's streak of neo-Western works on Paramount+, with another star-studded cast featuring Jon Hamm, Demi Moore, Ali Larter, Michelle Randolph, and Jacob Loveland. In a post shared on Threads, King conveyed his pleasantly surprised reaction to Landman, acknowledging its masculine slant, perhaps to a fault, while praising Sheridan's ability to portray ordinary men at work. Simultaneously, King compliments the unstoppable Western writer, producer, and director for his compelling narratives about everyday men trying to save their land, their kids, or their job, while pointing to a broader issue of his filmography, its androcentric perspective. Read the full reaction below. With the first season ending on an explosive cliffhanger, speculation about Landman Season 2 has reached a fever pitch. Paramount+ has yet to confirm a renewal, but Sheridan's latest series has all the hallmarks of a franchise-worthy hit. Landman currently boasts a 76% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, with Thornton's performance as the disgruntled yet hard-working Tommy being lauded by critics and fans alike. Thornton's balance of ruthless pragmatism and flashes of vulnerability as he wrangles endless problems earned the actor a Golden Globe nomination this year. Nonetheless, King's feedback also draws attention to a recurring element in Sheridan's filmography: its predominant focus on the macho man. Save for the espionage series Lioness, his work mainly features the journey of a leading man. Yet, one of Sheridan's purported Yellowstone spin-offs has the opportunity to add another perspective to his sprawling neo-Western universe, a continuation of Beth Dutton and Rip's story. The potential to center a narrative around Beth, one of Sheridan's most dynamic and complex female characters, could provide a refreshing counterbalance to the male-dominated themes of his work. King's candid praise highlights Sheridan's unmatched ability to tell gripping, character-driven stories that resonate beyond the neo-Western genre. While Landman leans into Sheridan's trademark exploration of rugged masculinity, and most of his explosive drama is far from ordinary, it nonetheless shows his talent for portraying the grit of Western life with compelling authenticity. As Landman awaits renewal, Sheridan has a chance to broaden his storytelling scope, and a potential Beth Dutton-focused spin-off could bring forth something that doesn't make King hate himself. Sheridan has already proven he can create engaging series with female leads through the cast of Lioness, starring Zoe Saldana as CIA handler Joe McNamara and Nicole Kidman as Caitlin Meade, her supervisor. Despite some disturbing scenes and female characters being put into deadly scenarios, the show focuses mostly on the lead character's difficulty in her job, which takes a mental toll on her throughout the show. Breaking away from the creator's typical male-driven stories, the espionage thriller offers a unique story within his Paramount+ catalog. Landman's controversy over Ainsley's, Randolph, portrayal is another issue that's cropped up for critics, given her overt sexualization throughout the series. While Randolph herself is 27, her character is supposed to be 17, making her appearance discomforting across multiple cringeworthy scenarios. Although it's often played for laughs, and she has other moments that better delve into her character, the show's insistence on these scenes can alienate viewers uncomfortable with their portrayal. This further reflects how Sheridan can learn from the show and create a different series with more empowerment for its female leads. Although Sheridan's shows could use stronger female perspectives to balance out their male focuses, King's praise bodes well not just for Landman, but all the series he has in development. This includes Mayor of Kingstown Season 4, which was officially renewed by Paramount Plus, and Tulsa King Seasons 3 and 4, which are in development. His Yellowstone franchise is also continuing beyond Beth's spinoff, with 1923 Season 2 airing February 23, and The Madison, also expected later this year. The number of series also offer ample opportunity for potential perspectives beyond the macho man. Stephen King has long been known as a master storyteller and an unapologetically voracious consumer of pop culture. When he takes to social media or pens a column to share his thoughts on a book, movie, or TV series, fans and creators alike listen. Recently, the iconic author turned his discerning gaze to Taylor Sheridan's latest Western series, the highly anticipated 2024 release, and delivered an honest review that's equal parts praise and perplexity. Sheridan, celebrated for his work on Yellowstone and its sprawling universe, is no stranger to crafting epic, emotionally charged narratives. His latest offering, however, ventures into darker and more ambiguous moral territory, blending the grit of the American frontier with a modern lens on timeless themes like power, loyalty, and the human cost of survival. For King, it's a series that's as magnetic as it is maddening. A beautiful, broken world. King's review, posted on his official blog, opens with an admission that's disarming in its candor. "I sorta hate myself for liking this," he writes. Sheridan has created a world so raw and unforgiving that it crawls under your skin and makes itself at home. It's beautiful, yes, but it's also cruel, and I'm not sure what it says about me that I couldn't stop watching. The series, which King refers to as the Western Requiem, a working title Sheridan revealed in early press materials, is set in a fictionalized border town in the late 1800s. It follows an ensemble cast of characters: a morally conflicted lawman, a fugitive with a secret, and a widow-turned-rancher determined to protect her land at all costs. King praises the show's cinematography, likening its sweeping landscapes and meticulously crafted set pieces to a painting in motion. He's equally effusive about the performances, singling out the lead actors for their ability to convey both the vulnerability and ferocity required by Sheridan's unrelenting script. The Sheridan formula, amplified. Sheridan's signature style is on full display here, King notes, but with an added layer of bleakness that sets the Western Requiem apart from its predecessors. Sheridan has always been fascinated by characters who operate in moral gray zones, King writes. But this time, he's turned the dial up to 11. There's no outright villain in this story, because everyone is complicit in their own way. It's both exhilarating and exhausting. King highlights several standout episodes, including one he describes as a masterclass in tension. In it, the lawman's pursuit of the fugitive culminates in a standoff that's as much about psychological warfare as it is about physical confrontation. Sheridan understands that the real drama isn't in the gunfire, it's in the moments leading up to it, King observes. He knows how to keep you on the edge of your seat without resorting to cheap tricks. However, King also takes issue with what he perceives as the series' unrelenting darkness. While he's no stranger to grim narratives himself, he admits that there were moments when he found the show's nihilism difficult to stomach. "It's one thing to show the brutality of life on the frontier," he writes, "but there were times when I felt like Sheridan was rubbing our noses in it. I'm all for challenging the audience, but there's a fine line between provocation and punishment." King's ambivalence extends to the series' themes, which he describes as a mirror, not a window. For him, the Western Requiem is less about the historical West and more about contemporary anxieties refracted through a frontier lens. Sheridan isn't interested in nostalgia, King writes. "This isn't your granddaddy's Western. It's a meditation on power, who wields it, who suffers under it, and what it costs to keep it. In that sense, it's as much about today as it is about yesterday. The author is particularly struck by the way the series interrogates traditional Western archetypes. The lawman, for instance, is more than just a hero. He's a man haunted by his own compromises and failures. The fugitive isn't simply a villain. He's a product of a system that's as corrupt as it is unforgiving. Even the widow, ostensibly the story's moral center, makes choices that blur the line between right and wrong. Despite his reservations, King admits that the Western Requiem is impossible to ignore. He compares the experience of watching it to reading a particularly harrowing novel. You don't necessarily enjoy it, but you can't put it down either. It's the kind of story that gets its hooks into you and doesn't let go. He credits this to Sheridan's ability to craft characters and situations that feel painfully real. Even when I wanted to look away, I couldn't, King writes. These people, their struggles, their fears, their moments of fleeting grace, stayed with me long after the credits rolled. That's the mark of a great storyteller, even if the story itself isn't always easy to love.